Is this thing on? God damn it. I'm sitting here with Fantana and EastSide AVE.
Sir.
How you guys doing?
Not bad. How
Good,
about you?
man. How are you?
Pretty good. Yeah, thanks for making the journey on over here. But for those who did not know, Fantana is a producer. Is that all you do? You just produce mainly?
I produce and engineer.
Nice.
So yeah.
Hell yeah. Do you produce yourself or?
I engineer a little bit, mostly just vocals.
Hell yeah.
Yep.
Nice.
Keep it clean.
Nice. Now, how long you guys been doing this?
I mean, I've been doing producing like with electronics, equipment and whatnot for probably about 2 years now.
Nice.
Yeah, so it's like somewhat new to me still. So I'm learning for sure, but yeah, probably about 2 years ago.
Nice.
I feel that. I think I started putting music out my sophomore year in college, so like probably about 5 or 4 years now. Yeah.
Hell yeah.
4 years.
Is that as long as like you've been doing it for a couple years? Were you guys doing stuff together right away, or did you link up with them later?
I actually like not too long after I started like doing electronic production, I kind of met these guys, and I knew Avery's older brother. Me and Tavian kind of we met up during school. Like we went to school together, but I'm a few years older than him, so I knew Tavian before I knew him, and then that's kind of how I met him and Spurg and the rest of the guys over at the EastSiders and whatnot. So
Yes.
but yeah, so that was about pretty much right after I started doing it. I met up with these guys, and kind of everything escalated to where we're at today. But
Hell yeah.
but yeah, man.
Yes, they're both part of the EastSiders.
Yes, sir.
Shout out to Tavian,
Yes,
Taj, episode 13 maybe. Check it out.
Yep.
It's QC.
It's a solid one.
Hell yeah. Now we got his brother here, motherfuckers.
Yep.
Full circle.
Yes, sir.
Hell yeah. Now, what first got you into music in general? Like, have you always been into music as a kid? And growing
Yeah,
up
I
and
mean,
everything?
I started in band in like 5th grade.
What did you
played
play?
like a few different instruments. I played trumpet first.
Hell yeah, me too.
I played guitar. Like I started taking guitar lessons in like middle school, and then started playing drums in high school. And like my dad was a drummer, so yeah, I've been doing music for a long time. Mainly I've been doing drumming for most of my musical career. But yeah, I started doing electronic producing like just most recently. It's my most recent musical endeavor, but it involves a lot of drumming and percussion, especially with like hip hop production.
Right.
A lot of it, basically half of it or more than half of it's usually the drums. So it's kind of where I like used a lot of my musical like experience with drumming through electronic production. But yeah, so I've been doing it for a long time music wise, but yeah, like beat making specifically is kind of a newer thing to me.
Nice. Were you influenced a lot from your dad being involved in it himself?
Yeah, so like he actually I played for my high school's drum line, and he was like our drum instructor for the high school drum line like while I was in high school. So yeah, he was like my teacher, and helped me do a lot of the things I've done musically, so especially growing up. So yeah, for sure.
Nice. What kind of music were you into growing up?
I did like a lot of marching music because I was in like marching band, did drum corps and WGI.
Yeah.
But I mean, I was in like a rock band originally. Like it was like kind of like a screamo band.
Nice.
But that was like my first band that I was a part of, and then kind of got into hip hop, like I said, like more recently with, some of the electronic production that I started doing. But yeah, when I was like a drummer and played drum set, I was with a screamo band for a long time, and then not a long time. It was in like high school, but then while I was in college, I didn't really do anything. I was in like the orchestra at Augustana, so that's like mainly what I was doing.
Did you do percussion in orchestra?
Yeah. I was like basically whatever keyboard instruments, snare drum, bass drum, timpani, all that kind of stuff. So
man, I always wanted to learn how to play the cello. I thought that'd be
dude,
interesting.
string instruments are dope. I love string instruments.
I tried to teach myself the violin one time. I was like, man, it was really sensitive. The notes.
I could play
I thought I had tiny enough fingers, but like I was like, God damn, this is sensitive.
I can play a string instrument with like frets on it, but fretless string instruments I can't play. They're so hard
Yeah, I play bass
to
and
get
guitar
like tuning
too.
right.
Yeah, I have a fretless bass, and it's nice
Yeah,
because
that's
it's like,
hard.
well,
to
it's
play.
nice because mine has like the actual markings on it still, so
There you
that's
go.
good for me because
Yeah.
I'm an idiot. So
No,
it'll
that's-
help me.
That I would need that too, honestly.
Yeah,
But yeah, bro, that's tight.
hell yeah, definitely. And how about yourself?
With music, probably just the influence music has on the culture. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can change a person's day, or you can change the world with a song. You know, and so it's just like that impact, and then like the effect music had on me as a child and my growing up and going through life, and how like I could look back at a certain period of time and have a song that like stands out during that period of time. And just like the impact really was what like brought me to music first off, because like it's a good way to have your spread your ideas and your beliefs and your energy into the world. So it's always been real cool with me, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah, definitely. Any artists in particular that influenced you a lot?
Historically, of course, Wayne. Wayne was, I feel like, for a lot of my generation, a lot ahead. The song "I Can" by Nas, pretty big one for my childhood. See, like my mom was like 10 years older than my dad, and so like she'll listen to like 90s rap. He was always listening to 80s music, and so it was just a good little mixed bag, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
different types of vibes and flows and everything. So
That's always good.
Mm-hmm, yeah.
Change it up, keep it diverse.
Culture,
a little bit.
yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Culture.
Now, Tavian's older than you?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so was he like getting into rapping and stuff, and did that influence you, or did you guys both discover like at the same time?
It's a interesting story. So like I think I was doing it early on in high school, and he wasn't doing it yet. He was like more focused on basketball, really just doing his thing. I think he started in sometime in college, I'm pretty sure. But yeah, I was doing it in high school, and we actually didn't do music together for like the first like year. He was doing music, I was doing music.
Just
So it was
both on
like,
your own
yeah,
ways.
both on our own little things. And so like then we finally were like, all right, let's come together with this stuff and make more sense for us to just do it simultaneously than to be like off on two solo paths. And so like, it's nice, you know, having like the system in play more at that point, you know. So it's
Yeah.
cool.
I know I probably asked him, but when did the Eastsiders form then? Like with that name?
2 winters ago.
It was like a year and a half ago.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
it's like the winter of 2017,
2017, yep.
beginning of 2018. I think we did our first show in February 2018.
Yep.
So a little over a year now. We just opened the studio about 5 months ago now. So
Yes.
yeah, it's pretty relatively new.
Hell
We're
yes.
still, we're still getting better at what we do, and growing the following every day. But
Are
yeah,
you
man.
mainly the main producer for the studio?
There's like 3 of us that mainly, do it, and we take sessions out of there. There's probably another like 4, 5, 6 that pretty regularly come through and also do some stuff out of there too. So I'd say there's about a team of like 8 or 9 of us that, really are doing some cool shit out of there. Like, but there's, the main, it's me, Young Scrimmage, and Jordan XO are the 3 main producers and engineers. Tavian's also an engineer and like a recording tech, but yeah, I would say we're the main 3 beat makers that are doing stuff out of there right now.
Definitely.
But yeah.
Hell yeah. Seems like a lot of people are digging it from what I've seen, so that's, you're doing something right.
Yeah, man, there's a lot of good vibes in there. There's a lot of great sessions. I mean, I would say pretty much anybody that's come through there and, tried to create something there, it's definitely a great space to create art. And it's a good place to vibe, like
Real homely.
I get a lot of good stuff done in there. So yeah, it is very homey. But yeah, man,
Where's that located at?
15th Ave in East Moline.
Okay, yeah.
It's right downtown there.
It's like if you were looking for a spot, it's like, well, we got a place in Moline. It's like, no, goddamn, it has to be East Moline.
East Moline, baby.
We gotta be specific.
It's on the east side. You can't be East Side Sounds and you're not on the east side.
East Side Sound,
on the
like
west
Rock
side.
Island.
Yeah, no.
That's funny.
But yeah, bro, it's been all good.
Do you guys have albums as like all of the Eastsiders on it? Or-
Nah, that is a future venture though. I mean, we're gonna definitely work on that at some point. Honestly,
Our projects are
keep
solos.
literally like we keep all
Yeah.
doing solo stuff, and it's like we keep saying that we're gonna do everything, and then everybody so quickly is inspired by something and starts working on something that it doesn't ever really pan out, because we all start going in 5 different directions with all of our ideas that we have, and they're all dope ideas, and it's like crazy because like the 5 of us or 6 of us and however many people are there also with us, like everybody's got their own style and their own lane that they kind of hit, and it's like sometimes we come together and we make them work, and that's dope, but like sometimes we don't, and then we don't really force it. It's just kind of like, if it works, it works. If it doesn't, it doesn't. I'm going to make a song with it, or I'm going to make it with everybody else, or whatever works. You know what I'm saying? So, like, it's definitely something that we're working on. I think we all want that. I'm speaking for everybody, but I think we all want that project to be something that's really well done and really special. And I think that we're all getting so much better at what we do so quickly that we need to reach a point where we all feel comfortable enough to actually make that project, because I feel like that's going to be a special one for everybody. But
gonna be
yeah,
a big one.
mainly just doing
Big
solo
way.
stuff though.
Hell yeah. Now, when you guys are creating, do you feel it's best to have it be like organic, in the sense like you don't want to force anything? Like, all right, we're gonna just try and make this song, even if you're like not necessarily feeling it, you know, like, I'll just try and lay some shit down or whatever and go through like maybe a writer's block per se? Or do you think it's good to push through writer's block, or do you have to wait for
I
like
think that
something
energy has to
organic?
be there. You know what I'm saying? That first initial spark has to give it some hope. You know what I'm saying? And that you have to like kickstart the creative process in some ways.
Mhm.
And sometimes you might feel like an instance of creative process going, and you hit a creative block, and you're like, I'm feeling this, but I'm not sure what I'm gonna say or do with this. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
And I feel like that's a different situation than feeling no creativity at all, and then just trying to bash your head through making a beat or making a song or something like
Yeah.
that. You know what I'm saying? So it depends on the times.
Yeah,
I mean-
yeah. Because I feel, I agree with like you need that initial spark.
Mm-hmm.
But then say like if I was working on something, I might have started already, but then if I come back to work on it and I'm like, I'm not feeling it today or whatever.
I feel like if you started it, then you had that spark. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
And so
yeah.
then you'll come back to it and you'll be like, I got to get back to that place I was at that one day,
Right.
and try and get that energy just honed in on that moment. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, because there'll be days where I'm like, I'm not feeling this at all today. I
Yeah.
got nothing. But then
That just
you might
means-
try, and then like an hour in, like, now it's starting to flow
you're
or
just
something.
going.
But
It's creativity.
yeah, it's hard to put a label on it or
For real.
tap that shit. But it's sporadic sometimes. But
I feel like you gotta just like try to find the vibe that you're at right now, especially when you're with a group of people, and it's like, okay, we gotta find a vibe that we're all feeling, and everybody's gonna be able to write to at the moment. Because I feel like when we start playing a beat, we know within the first like 30 seconds if we're gonna want to write to it or not,
Mhm.
or if everybody's gonna be able to do something with it or
Right.
not. So it's like we'll be playing through beats, and we'll have a bunch, because it's like I said, sometimes there's like 4 producers in there, and we'll know within like 30 seconds if it's gonna be something that everybody can vibe to and write to. It's like you just got to find what vibe everybody's in at that moment, because like you said, like you might not be feeling it right now. I could play that same beat that you're not feeling right now tomorrow, and you might be like, oh my god, it's my next favorite song.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah, and that's why I really
it's like
take a
totally
back
like
road.
that. Yeah.
Like if I'm not feeling it that day and someone else is like feeling it, it's like, hey,
it's yours.
Exactly.
Yeah, you got it.
Exactly.
Like, it's
and that's
all
what's so
love,
cool
like-
about like a studio like ours is like there's so many artists that come through there that like you can, whatever you're trying to work on, there's a good chance that somebody else is trying to do some shit just like that. So it's like
features. Like
yeah, exactly. Like working
collaborations,
together with each other, featuring artists. Like, I mean, that's all I do. So it's awesome having a bunch of artists there for me to like feature on my beats. Like,
And you hear
it's
everybody's
great.
music. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
you're not just isolated in your own little studio sessions. Like if you sit in the studio for 3 hours any day, you might catch 6-7 people just from in music, like play some random ass shit. You'll be like, oh, catch some inspiration there too. So it's good energy, like just having the community vibe to it. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So
Most definitely.
100%.
What do you guys got going on currently? Anything special?
I'm working on my next album right now. I got a single coming. I actually haven't announced this or anything, but
Uh-oh.
I guess I can do it right now.
Oh, shit.
On June 22nd, I'm dropping a new single. It's featuring Spurg and Jordan XO, which are two of the members of the EastSiders. And then also Lieho and Franco from Sons of Mars. So it's a dope cut. Very cool.
Hell yeah.
I'm going to start posting some snippets and stuff on there. So if you follow me on social media, you can start hearing the beginning clips of that. But yeah, that's pretty much going to be the vibe for my next project that I'm working on. I'm really excited for it. But
Hell
yeah. So yeah, that's coming out in June 22nd. Got a dope show on that day too. So
Hell yeah.
it's going to be awesome.
You heard it here first, motherfucker.
Yes, it's true. It's
drop
true.
a bomb.
Yeah.
How about you? Anything going on?
I've really just been in the music bag lately, getting some work done. Haven't announced yet, but I got a tape coming this summer. To be determined on the date. Got to sit down and plan some stuff out, you know what I'm saying? Give some time for everything. But it's coming pretty nicely. I'm liking how it's sounding so far. Moving up to Chicago, so to do music, so networking wise, it's gonna be heavy. You know what I'm saying? Like, just getting into the culture, new place, new city, new vibes, and so excited for that. Always like change and newness, and so
Right.
yeah, it's pretty much
Keep it fresh, new perspective. and shit,
exactly
like
yeah. Helps with the creative aspects to music a lot. So liking it.
What do you guys feel about the local scene around here, especially like from when you started to now? Has there been much of a change that you guys have noticed, or how would you describe it?
I mean, like, as an outsider, I think it's dope. Like, it's a really it's a thriving, like, active music scene. And I mean, that's coming from Chicagoland area where there's a really good music scene, obviously, in the Chicago area and pretty much all through the suburbs. You can find really good live music. And so coming from that and kind of just having those expectations for, I mean, the Quad Cities isn't a small area at all. I mean, there's a lot of people in the Quad Cities. I mean, if you combined all of them, you know, it's pretty big spot. So it's like, it's cool to see that there's a lot of really cool DIY spots, a lot of really cool, spots that are bringing in some pretty big artists and stuff. Like, it's cool. I mean, I definitely like it. I've only been a part of it for about a year and a half now, but, I've been definitely enjoying my time, I've been doing stuff out here. So,
like, it's different from where you stay, basically?
Well, I'm living in Bloomington right now, and there ain't really much going on out there, so yeah, I would say this is a little bit better than out there right now. But like, yeah, I mean, like, obviously Chicago's Chicago. It's one of the bigger cities in America, so obviously everything's on a little bit bigger scale out there. But for the size of the area, and honestly, the talent of the people out here is what amazes me. Like, there's a lot of people that I know that are doing shit, and all of them are super talented. And I'm just like, they don't even take it as seriously as they should because of how talented they are. I'm like, oh my God, like, if you would just really, like, dedicate your time to doing this and effort into doing this, like, that's so many people that I know that just like, oh, I just kind of, half-assed do music on the weekends.
Yeah.
Like, but if they would just actually do it, they would probably be able to be professional musicians. It's like, it's crazy. The amount of people out here that are just like crazy talented is like shocking to me.
Yeah.
I haven't met too many artists where I'm like, okay, you shouldn't be doing this. There's a lot of really talented people out here.
And that's good to have.
I think that's
in the
like
area.
really cool.
I think the way indie rap has worked its way into the culture today has been like the biggest change I think I've seen personally, because like back in the day, I know I had homies who always rapped, but there weren't a lot of venues that would like accept rappers as for their shows and for their venues XYZ. But I think today we've seen where individuals have basically freelanced with venues to make indie rap become a thing you can go out and see on a weeknight or a weekend night or anywhere at any venue. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think that the opportunity for rappers, because of rap becoming the mainstream type of music these days, has really expanded. Like, I think, and it's not even just a QC thing, it's an everywhere thing, but just QC musically, you really weren't going to more than 3 places to see a rapper 10 years ago, I feel like, or 5 years ago. But now you can actually go to a coffee shop and hear rap music, you know, which is like I think that's just different. Like, it's pretty cool. So like he was saying, like the indie music level around here, you got so many different types of artists that are doing so many different things. Like, there's no QC sound, you know, like the QC it's like unharnessed, like sound. Like, there's no one, we're not known for our bars or our melodies or our club anthems or smoker music, or like, but we have all of it, you know. And so it's just like we're in a weird little place, like our own little oasis of cultivating music, and so it's cool.
Yeah, most definitely. When you think of like big cities like Chicago, LA, or whatever, even cities across the world, you think the QC could ever get to a point like that of being recognized as like a bigger spot on the map, or do you think it's like too broken up, being like, you know?
I mean, it was,
individual
bro.
cities? What was that?
It was for a long time.
Yeah.
Yeah, Rock Island, Davenport.
Jazz music, Rock Island, Davenport especially, were like some of the best jazz musicians of the time were lived in the Quad Cities, bro.
Mississippi. Yeah, it was like cultural.
Literally, like it.
So it makes sense why.
Like, look it up. Like the Big Spiderbeck was like one of the best jazz trumpet players in the history of jazz music.
Oh, you got
like
Louis Bellson too, professional drummer. He played.
You got Johnny Cash singing about the Rock Island line.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, back in the day, Quad Cities was for jazz and blues. It was big, and it's like
it still is today.
It's thriving,
QC
bro.
Wise, it's like the most.
You got like jazz. I mean, you got like tiny little like Black Hawk College jazz program. It's awesome. You know what I'm saying? Like, Rock Island's got awesome music program.
The jazz
United
band.
Township has a good music program. Like, there's a lot of amazing musical things. I mean, even like Augustana's music program is awesome. I loved it. Like, I mean, it's really talented. Their choir program's amazing. We have an orchestra that's amazing. Like, I mean, yeah, like there's a lot of dope stuff about the Quad Cities music-wise.
Oh yeah.
Especially the independent music scene is it's my favorite part about it. But
yeah, the QC still has a pretty big blues scene and everything.
Yeah. That's
yeah.
Like the biggest
jazz and blues.
Show-wise, that's like what you'll see primarily.
I mean,
like,
you even still have like, what's that, like Creole Fest in the district?
Oh, Jumbo Yaya.
Yeah, Gumbo Yaya, stuff like that. I mean,
the Blues Fest.
there's all kinds of like
Fest.
jazz and blues inspired stuff.
Oh yeah.
It's dope. I mean, yeah, QC has definitely got a dope music scene and history.
You think it was bigger back in the day? Back when like those were more mainstream genres and
100%.
I think the QC overall was just bigger.
I don't think that it means that it can't ever get to that point. It'd be very hard.
Yeah,
I mean, there'd have to be a lot of money would have to come to the Quad Cities in order for that to happen. But I think the talent is here for it to happen. I just don't think the infrastructure is here for it to happen. All of these people would have to start getting paid a lot more money than they're currently getting paid, because a lot of them aren't getting paid anything, and the ones that are getting paid are not getting paid enough in order for their businesses to become big enough. Because a lot of them own businesses. A lot of these people They actually do own the businesses, and they're starting to do big stuff, but the money isn't at a point where like the Chicago and LA's and New York's and Atlanta's of, you know, our country.
Yeah.
If that much money started coming into the Quad Cities, I honestly do believe yes. Because it's got the culture.
Western Illinois campus here.
It's got the culture and it's got the backbone to it already. But it just doesn't have the infrastructure and the money that it needs to really fulfill its potential.
By infrastructure, what do you think it needs? Like, what are we lacking?
Dude, you need like investors in all of these people. All of these people need that 10 grand to get started, or that 50 grand to get started, a really big business, in order for them to be able to promote themselves the way that they need to, be able to invest in things like merchandise, be able to go on tours. I mean, all kinds of stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's what I believe a lot of these people are missing. And that's the one thing that if they get that, any one of them.
Especially
you
with,
know what I'm
like,
saying?
with social media popping right now, like, it really matters less and less about where you're from and more about your social network. You know what I'm saying?
I'm
like,
not even from here, bro.
Right.
Like I'm not even
people
from
probably
here.
will
like,
say you are or something, right? Oh yeah.
a lot of people
Montana.
think I am.
Yeah.
A lot of people think I am because
Where are you from?
I am so like, I just kind of embraced the Quad Cities as like my own music scene. And it was just because I liked it a lot and I had been here for a while and knew some people that were really doing some cool stuff in it. But like, I'm not even from here, man. I just think it's fucking awesome. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like,
I've heard that from a lot of people that come out of town to play.
yeah.
Like in bands and everything.
Dude, everybody that I have played with is like, this is a pretty cool area. I'm like, that's why I stayed here, like, for a while. You know what I'm saying? I lived here for a minute. So it was like, yeah.
What do you think of the future? You think it's going to keep growing around this area? Things keep building up?
I think so, man. It's definitely on an upswing. I think in the last year and a half that I've been a part of it, there's been a lot of positive things happening, not too many negative things.
Yeah.
I think that it's, you know, everything's going to have its losses in life, you know what I'm saying? Like, some bad shit's always going to happen, but, like, I definitely think there's been a lot of really, really positive things that have been happening. So, yeah, I think it's going up, man.
Hell yeah. Yeah, because it's like, way back in the day, you know, this area seemed to flourish because of, like, things like John Deere and whatever, you know, like industry, things like that. Seems like we need, like, a new, like, a new era of, like, growth from, like, you know, John Deere brought industry. We need something else to, like, incorporate more, like, cultural something.
You need a renaissance, bro.
Yeah.
Honestly, I think that, like, the arts in the Quad Cities, not just music, you know, I've seen it a lot in, like, there's all kinds of amazing photographers and fashion designers and, like, people opening up awesome gyms, and you know what I'm saying? Like, there's all these, like, awesome bars and rooftop bars and awesome restaurants and stuff opening up. Like, just the culture of the area is growing a lot, I think. I mean, even you got, like, businesses like, you know, Portillo's, and you got, like, marquee things coming to the Quad Cities, you know what I'm saying? It's like,
I feel like the biggest struggle will be not if it'll get bigger, but what the biggerness will bring, because, like, I think it's gonna grow, but I hope it's less about the economic growth, more about the cultural growth, or, like, symbiotic at the same time. You know what I'm saying? Because it'll get easy for it to become a economic area where it's just like we're putting all this money into business, but none of it's going into the arts. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so, like, it can easily become that. And so I hope that the art continues to progress alongside of the economic side too. You know what I'm saying? So it can easily get tilted either way.
Like, I think it'd be cool if you could bring more creative types that would want to live here,
Right.
in a sense of, like, you know, like, oh, there's a job opportunity in this QC place, I'm gonna go work at John Deere or something, you know, because it's like factory opportunities. Like, if there was, like, an opportunity to, like, work for like a bigger, like a established like production company or something, where like
Right, like how Chicago has all those like business firms.
yeah,
You
where
just go
there's just
there.
like you could be like, oh, I'm an animator. Oh, the QC is a good spot because there's
Right.
an animation studio
A
now,
hot
or
spot.
you know, shit like more artsy jobs,
Yeah.
like, in a sense like that, I guess.
That would be cool.
Yeah,
I think there's a lot more like music related things opening up and a lot more you know, artsy things like that happening. But if like a huge one came here that could employ like a ton of people, you know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? 'Cause,
right.
like
yeah,
a lot of them, it's like, you know, you could bring a you know, a handful of people in for, you know, opening up a studio or whatever, but
right.
you can't really employ thousands of people like a John Deere can.
Right.
That would be really cool.
Yeah. Someone.
And yeah, Pixar studio
Exactly.
in
Like
the Quad Cities.
Paramount Studio.
There you
moving in
go.
Or something, whatever. Yeah, that'd be insane.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because it's like, I just wonder about that shit.
Call Amazon.
Yeah.
For real. They'll
Call
probably do it
Bezos.
too.
For real, no taxes.
Yeah, it actually bankrupts the whole QC.
Yeah,
or
we're
something.
paying them.
Oh my god.
That's crazy.
I don't know if the people would be very happy working in those conditions. Or
Yeah.
people bitch about Amazon or something.
Yeah.
I'm surprised they hire people and they
Yeah.
haven't just had robots.
The automation. I remember when they were talking about dropping packages off of drones. Like,
Yeah.
I was just like, what?
I don't.
They
How
do
big are the
that
drones?
already.
Yeah, bro. I don't know.
I mean, they're like
They have to be pretty decent
drone size.
Yeah, they have to be decent. Carrying packages.
I know you could get caught, but like, wouldn't you just be like shooting down the drones, taking the shit or something?
This is
Dude,
no fly
Get like a net.
I would
net
totally
gun.
shoot a drone down if it was on my property.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Quickly. Like,
Just
I
like,
thought there has to be laws.
dude, that'd be that'd be
Got
so
cameras on
funny.
and shit.
Yeah,
Right,
for
yeah.
real. But yeah,
Yeah, that's a weird thing.
Yeah. Privacy.
Drones and privacy, all this
Yeah.
technology shit, fucking changing.
Different times.
You think we're all gonna be chips soon? Have like chips in us and shit.
AI taking over the world.
I hope not.
Yeah, yeah. I always says like, no, I don't think I'll take a chip.
I mean, I don't think it'll
I'm
be
good.
sold to us as a chip though. It'll probably be sold to us as like a.
They're gonna brand it to so you
yeah,
want it.
it's an Apple brand.
I wonder if they're gonna
Oh
take
my
it to where
God.
like you're gonna need it. It's like, oh, you,
Yeah,
there's
how
no
are you
more-
gonna
there's no
live
more
without
debit
it?
cards. You
Yeah.
gotta have your chip.
Cancer? What?
It'll be something that like controls a phone or something.
For real, something super
Everybody-
easy, super
every
gradual.
single person.
We
It,
all
like,
sold our facial recognitions. They have them, all of them now. Like
It's like how like everybody, or not everybody, but a lot of people like literally paid to have their DNA sold to the government
for
through
like
like
ancestry, and shit.
ancestry
Yeah.
research and stuff.
I think about that shit, but then I
Crazy.
wonder. I was like, well, wouldn't they just like, if they wanted to, wouldn't they just like take a sample when you're like born in the hospital?
That's illegal as hell, though.
They don't give a
Yeah, they
fuck.
don't
Yeah, but I'm just saying, like, if we're talking about them, that's
You
literally
gotta
a
get us to
legal.
voluntarily.
There's a
like,
legal way for them to do that. There's
Yeah.
nothing you can do about it. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
that's terrifying.
No, what if now they could just have it, every newborn baby? Oh, we're gonna give them a complimentary
I mean, that's
ancestry
basically
test, so they
that's
know right
basically
away.
what social security system is.
Yeah,
You get a number.
I mean, you literally are identified and cataloged by a number.
we already gave him our picture with the driver's
Like,
license and
fingerprints
shit.
and shit.
And you can't do anything without that number.
For real,
And if anything bad is linked to that number,
you're fucked.
you're fucked. That literally is we have that.
It's your
It's just
name.
not. They
You
just
literally
can't,
go by.
They just can't like.
Your-
They
your
just can't like
social-
GPS
your
track
social
you.
This is my
security
rap
number.
name. I fucking-
I'm 7777939. Like,
Seriously, bro. Like, for real. We have that though,
that is true.
and everyone can say
yeah,
it.
everyone
Like,
can
they
say
know
it, bro. We're all numbered.
Yeah. You think it's a joke, but it's like, bro, that's reality for us.
Fucked up, man.
And you can't do shit without that
What's
number.
your number?
Bro.
I can't tell you.
But yeah, it's a secret.
That's why we don't
too,
talk about it.
And nobody says it. Isn't that weird?
What
like,
if a famous person came
oh,
out and like
bro.
let all the number? You know, like if a famous person, like say Kanye, came out and he's like, "Hey, this is my number," and he just
Literally,
I'm free.
literally,
What would
bro.
happen?
Hey, he's
Like-
from Chicago, so he'll get scammed. he'll get the shit
a million
ran out of
people will
his
try and
car.
take his identity, but then they would know. Like, well, everyone knows it's Kanye, so you're not
Dude.
Kanye, or, so, or are you?
No, right.
Oh man, I'm telling
You
you,
think
isn't that weird
That's
though?
weird as shit.
It's weird that we have the numbers and we're okay with it.
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
imagine
right,
if it was like
chill.
some weird Holocaust,
it's
like we're gonna
new,
tattoo
kinda.
the number on you.
Well,
then
that's
like,
like,
wait a minute.
But that's
like,
exactly,
what
bro.
is going on here?
But that's not slick.
You gotta
Their
carry your car,
government's
memorize
slick,
it.
bro. They know they know when they're going too far.
yeah.
That's always my favorite type of shit, like the little critiques on society that like critique everyday things in a weird ass way. Like going to the salon is like baking
gotta
your
think
hair.
about shit.
Like it's
You
just
gotta
like,
think about it. Like, why are we doing this?
for real. If you don't think
Why?
about that
Is
shit,
this the best way to live? To
Just
run a
follow 'em.
society?
for real.
You have to though.
One of the biggest
Otherwise, you'd just be like, fucking,
following
yeah.
sheepy.
Yeah.
Bro, I was
You
thinking about
fucking
one day.
sheep.
The people in the White House are just a bunch of us sitting around in a fucking room, like,
There's nothing that
It's
makes
true.
them special.
bro.
No, exactly.
They've been in a couple situations where they're like, I had to make a powerful decision. Made a powerful
Things
decision.
were handed to them.
They have.
They
have
were in the
fucking
right. They were in the
guides.
right place or in the right family at the
Mhm.
right time.
That's all it is. They run the world. People just like us.
Yep. Some might have some good experiencing being in those positions, but
Yeah.
yeah, at the end of the day, they're just a bunch of idiots like us.
Bro, like they make mistakes every day.
Yeah.
Like their kids probably hate them. Like it's not fucking like they're no gods. They're no superhumans. Like
yeah.
Yeah.
And everyone complains, oh, society's shit. Oh, everything's horrible. It's like, well, because just a bunch of we're all idiots. We're just trying to
idiots fucking
we don't
wandering
know
around following
So,
idiots. Like it's,
yeah.
shit's fucked up.
I got a weird story. Like I was like 15, and me and my mom went to like Jamaica, and we had to get like passports and shit, And then I can't remember if it was like before the trip or after the trip. Like I don't know. It must have been when we were getting the passports or something. I think they got like lost in the mail, probably stolen or something, with all that
Yeah.
information. Or who knows what? I can't remember what the hell actually happened, but shit ended up getting stolen or lost, and we had to get new ones. And then like it had to been at least 2-3 years later. I'd been working a job and shit, paying taxes and everything, and I probably went out for like I don't know if it was like I went to go buy a car or something like that where they needed your information, and we give them my social security number, and then they're like gonna run the checks or whatever the fuck, and then they get back to us later on and like it says here that this person Cody, like with this number, it says they're deceased. Like it literally said I was like
gosh.
dead or something, which is weird. It's like
Jesus.
what idiots are running this shit? I've been paying taxes for how many years, and you're like,
Right.
he's dead. There's something weird. I swear to God,
Just lost track.
some weird shit like that. And then I don't know. They said I wasn't dead now, so
So it was just resolved.
I guess I've been dead before. I don't know.
Huh.
That's an accolade.
Yeah,
Not lying.
I'm not actually alive. They replaced me with the robot.
You're a clone, bro.
Yeah. The new
shit,
version.
Antarctica. Shit gets deep, bro.
Oh God.
How long until we don't have cell phones anymore and we're just like,
Start tapping in the air.
yeah,
Hopefully soon.
the cell phone's just
No.
your chip that they implant in you.
Bro, what's up with these fucking cell phone
Dude.
wire? Like the signals giving you cancer and shit. Like is that shit. Like there's more science on this. They say you're not supposed to sleep with your cell phone by you because the radiation just fucking like
That doesn't
bakes your brain
surprise
and
me.
shit.
And where do we keep it? Right next to your
by our
fucking
bed.
crotch.
Yeah,
Like,
everywhere.
all day.
Underneath, on top. You're sleeping on top of your phone and shit, like right under your pillow. Like, give me an X-ray, please, all night while I'm asleep. Like,
Like watching a video, it's right on your heart.
yeah, it's like all these Wi-Fi signals and shit bouncing around the whole world. Like that have no effect on our bodies.
And like, we only have limited hearing capabilities.
For
It's
real.
like devices are like letting out like high pitched or even low
Bro,
pitched
you know what I was thinking
frequencies
about?
and shit.
The best way to distract America is just to send one big ass fucking iPhone message, like just a big ass sound message, and then everybody looks at their phone, and then you just take us all out.
Yeah, right. Drop the bombs now.
That's how it goes.
Yeah.
Hopefully, never happens. Some
Man,
movie shit.
I think it was like a year ago or so. There was like people in Hawaii got like an alert message like take
Yeah,
cover. There's
that's right.
fucking nuclear saying a test, some kind of
Yeah.
shit. I'd sue somebody after that shit. There's gotta
Yeah,
be a
that'd be
lawsuit there
scary.
somewhere, right?
That would be pretty scary.
Loot some shit.
Yeah.
Go get a nice little Xbox.
Yeah.
Hey, you said they was all gonna get destroyed. I'm trying to be smart about it.
You owe me for emotional damages.
Right. This is not me. This is you. You caused
And
this, right?
physical damages. I barricaded my house up or
For real, you could definitely go crazy, do some stupid ass shit, crash your
Yeah,
car, run
yeah.
off, and whatever.
I wonder if that
like-
caused any suicides. You know?
that shit's actually crazy. It could happen.
Yeah.
Could happen.
It's crazy shit.
Some depth. Some depth. Man.
Strange times.
Stranger times there have been, though. They used to put leeches on people's body for blood diseases.
Yeah, they're like gonna
No,
cut your arm off. Like,
thank you.
what are you talking about? Wash my scalpel.
Right.
I don't need to wash it.
Yeah.
I'm gonna use it again. In a second.
Literally, bro, they would just cut shit off if it was anything wrong. It's like, oh, yep,
Blood draining.
Yeah, and if you broke your leg
hand
too
is
bad,
messed
we'll
up.
be- oh,
Yep,
yeah,
we're gonna
amputate
cut
it.
your
Yeah.
arm off.
Nah, I'm good.
Fuck
And then we
that.
still have the audacity to be like, oh, my life sucks. It's 2019.
Oh man, I've been thinking about that shit. Like, we have water
Yeah, god damn.
you can drink for free. Almost like
So many things taken for granted.
that
and shit.
shit's interesting.
That's true.
Hell yeah.
In 2019, like, why does not everybody have water? Like, we've had water for how long now? Like,
I wonder how people in Flint feel about all this. Yeah. That's
Tough
a
subject.
hairy situation.
very hairy situation. I just don't understand that. I do, but it's like, come on, America. Is
Yeah.
it that obvious nowadays? Like, are we really like
I don't get it.
fuck the people?
I can't believe the people of that town haven't stormed the Capitol and murdered
A
everyone.
march.
Or something
There
like,
should
yeah.
definitely have been a march by now on Washington. There probably was.
real?
I'm probably asleep.
I heard
I
that
think there was
Yeah.
stuff like that.
the residents are allowed to sue the governor, the former governor now. He gonna be
I
broke.
watched this documentary on him, and he was trying to run the state as a business. You know, the whole policy. So he like deputized all the major cities in Michigan, made their mayors have no power, and like he had his like elected, like his chosen officials were like the ghost mayors essentially. And so they took like all the economics and like started implementing laws and XYZ, pressing shit fast forward. And they tried building the new sewer piping system for Flint. It failed. They never fixed it. And that was the whole issue. And they just never went back and did it. Like, they were just like, it's going to cost too much time, too much energy. We don't have that right now. And so they just have people out here drinking poisonous water. Like,
Yeah. Fuck.
first
that.
world issues.
Yeah. What in the hell?
Shit's crazy.
It's so weird. Like, how long is it gonna take? We're gonna be talking like 10 years from now. Yeah, you still don't have water.
Talking mutations.
It's gonna be a. How many people live there? It's like, is it very big? Because
It's probably like,
it's like, dude, just leave, just go. The whole Michigan state, just leave, probably.
that's what it's seeming like. I feel like it's just Canada, Michigan, Minnesota. It's fucking Canada.
Yeah.
Let's let them go.
God damn.
Nah. Yeah, it's a crazy world. Very crazy world.
What do you think the future holds for the EastSiders?
Stardom.
Yeah.
A
Hopefully.
lot of
Making
dope
weight.
shit. A lot of dope music.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Do you guys plan to keep adding to your roster? Or is it just keep
I
it
mean,
a close
we
little
have
team?
the EastSiders, which is like more of like a musical collective, but then we have the Eastside Tribe, which is like us plus everyone we rock with, which is an ongoing number that changes by the day probably. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's so many people who we come into contact with multiple times in a week that it's just like everybody is nearly like we're all a group. You know what I'm saying? Like, the amount of times I think I've heard like 4, 5 separate projects since I got back in town, which was like 2 days ago. And so like it's ever changing. You could be a Eastside Tribe, you know what I'm saying? It's all,
I'm already part of Sons of Mars apparently. That's what they said last time when
Sons
they
of Mars, the militia is the tribe, you know what I'm
There you
saying?
go.
It's all Eastway, so that's how it goes.
Yeah. I'm part of the mob. Well, you guys are too now since you're here.
Hey, MOB.
Hell yeah.
Yes, sir.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Well, thank you both for being here.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's my pleasure.
Hell yeah.
No problem, man.
Did we miss anything? Any last words?
I don't think so.
I
June
could probably
22nd.
pull some shit out my ass.
Yeah.
Yeah,
We got another
that.
few hours here. We can
Yeah.
squeeze out real quick.
But no, I mean,
Yeah, man. June 22nd, new song. It's going to be a show at the Village Theater in Moline. Going to be some dope people. Eastsiders will be there. Sons of Mars will be there. Isaiah.
Ooh, Isaiah.
Yes, Isaiah will be there. K Swank will be there. Jordan XO. Zach Reb. Star-studded occasion.
place to be.
There's gonna be a lot of dope artists there.
I heard Azayo moved to LA. Is he?
He's back for the summer right now.
Okay.
Yeah, so he'll be joining us on the 22nd in Moline. But yeah, event is sponsored by Mama Basso's Pizza.
Shout out Mama Basso.
Shout out.
And it's also sponsored by Yabba Dabba's Smoke Shop. They'll be selling some glass at the event, so
Nice.
come through, grab your glass from Yabba Dabba's and get some pizza from Mama Basso's and enjoy a good night of music from your amazing Quad City artists.
Too bad it's not on the Illinois side. We could probably fire up these bowls right now.
It is on the Illinois side, bro. It's in Moline.
Where?
Village Theater in Moline.
Moline?
Yes, sir.
Oh,
Downtown.
I was thinking of the.
East Village.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. Okay.
No, it's in the like downtown Moline area.
Oh well, then in that case,
We are in the Illinois
Sparky,
side, baby.
bring all
Let's
your
go.
drugs.
Let's go.
Soon to be.
No, yeah. June 22nd, man. Spread the word. This is actually the first time I'm really talking about it, but there's going to be a lot more to come pretty soon. So, that'll be dope. And you'll hear my new single live in concert.
Yeah.
It's going to be a great occasion.
Hell yeah! Don't want to fucking miss that shit.
No, sir.
Fucking remember, get out there. Tell them, both of you guys. Tell them all your social media shits. How can they find you?
At Fantana. The A's or V's.
The A's or V's. Well, I wanted to ask you,
Like a
what made you
Fanta.
choose the name?
You know Anchorman, the movie Anchorman?
Yeah.
Brian Fantana.
Okay. Nice.
So my name's Brian Fanning.
Yeah.
So like when I was growing up, everybody used to just call me Brian Fantana, just kind of like
Why are
it's
the
a nickname.
A's V's?
Sauce.
Just to mix it up, add
Yeah.
some drip to it, you know.
Gotta make it look good.
Sauce.
Looks nice.
Yeah.
Nice aesthetic.
Yeah, bro.
I dig it.
But yeah, at Fantana, Brian Fantana 14 on Twitter, but on like Spotify, Apple Music, all that good shit. Fantana.
Hell yes.
And then I am EastSide AVE on everything but Instagram. On Instagram, I'm EastSide Wave. No $S, just regular S, you know what I'm saying? Streaming services, all the new shit, I'm under ES, the $AVE. And all the old shit, I'm under EastSide AVE. And so I'm going through a little split, you know. I just changed the name up just to simplify it for marketing purposes.
Right, right.
So it's been cool.
I bet maybe down the road in the future, one of these days, they probably will name a street after you.
Hey,
It's ready to go.
One-
Eastside A. Bro, Eastside Ave Ave.
I'm
They have
trying
to change
nice little
15th to that or something.
Eastside Road.
Oh, 15th will have to be Eastside Ave Ave.
Oh, we can do it. We start saying names instead of numbers.
They'll just change the
Let's
whole
do it.
system. There's no avenues. There's avenues.
Avenue. That's all we got. Hey, you want Eastside Avenue? Yeah, bro. Hey, instead of saying that my name is Av, I can just
You gotta have an album
we
or something
rolling
called
down the
Avenues or
Avenue.
something.
Avenues. It's the Avenue. Catch
we
you on
rolling
the
down the
Avenue.
Spell like
Avenue.
N-E-W.
The
Avenues? New?
It's new. But yeah, new stuff coming too. The whole gang got new stuff coming. So.
Yeah, we got a lot. Tavian's coming out with some new stuff. If you haven't seen the Batman, I could say a whole bunch of shout outs, honestly. Tavian just dropped Bag Chase video. Go peep that on social media or YouTube. Spurg just dropped Habit featuring Eastside Ave over here and Lige.
Yeah.
Yeah. They're
Hell
about
yeah.
to everybody's about to drop some new stuff. Got Scrimmage is working on some new stuff. Jordan's working
gonna
on
be a
some
good
new stuff.
summer.
It's yeah, we
Oh,
we
yeah.
all everybody's dropping
Everybody's
clips.
gearing up. Like everybody's war ready. You
We
know
got
what
clips.
I'm saying?
Yeah, exactly, man.
This breed. It's
Whole gang's been stockpiling some dope stuff. So.
Hell yeah. I think it's just like when you get in a group of people, you just like some cool shit. You see some other cool shit. You're like, I want to do some cool shit. So
Yep.
Right.
Some cool
Yep.
shit.
Yeah.
So it's been nice.
Oh, they're doing cool shit. Why aren't I doing cool shit?
Right,
What the
you're right.
Exactly.
Iron sharpens iron. So
Yeah.
Exactly.
Everybody's working right now, so it's beautiful.
But yeah,
Yeah, what was y'all's website? Was it Eastside Worldwide? or-
Eastside Worldwide.
EastSideWorldwide.com,
You can do booking
baby.
there. You can peep our music there.
yeah.
Personal
Book your
sites.
sessions today. We got merch up there.
Yeah.
A little sneak peek. We're gonna be selling beats off there pretty soon. So if you're an artist,
And you want to get on?
very very near future, we're gonna have a beat store up there. So
Nice.
yeah, man. We'll
Broaden the community.
whatever you need to you need some clothes to keep you warm, we got you.
Even some insight. You got a question about the ins and outs of the QC music scene. We're here to help.
Got a lot of heads in
Yes,
the
sir.
game,
For real.
you know.
A lot
True.
of bodies and a lot of
Preach.
different avenues, you know. We got people who do live things, people who do rap, spoken word, XYZ, so
Hell yeah.
it's cool.
Yep.
Thank you both for being here.
Hey,
Appreciate it, man.
appreciate
Fuck
you.
yes. And hit that shit up, motherfuckers. You
Dope.
know what to
Mob
do.
way.
God damn.
Big way. Yeah, I like it.
Hell yes. Well, peace out. Goodbye.
All right, people.
Peace.